Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's session. I'm Angela Bunner.
And I'm Shailesh from bright and sunny San Diego.
It's really bright. So today, Shailesh and I are going to be talking about how you can customize your workspace to make your work for you. We're going to show you examples and highlights of how customers are taking full advantage of our features in ClickUp to maximize productivity for every user in the organization. Traditionally, most productivity tools have been designed for very technical power users, engineers, ITs, or productivity whizzes to get their work done. And over the last 18 months, these tools have become mission critical for our day-to-day use. But they've come with challenges because they've not been able to bend to the needs of every team across an organization. Employees and colleagues can't just move work ahead by meeting over lunch or at a computer. And project managers can't check on the status by walking down the hallway. And everything's been accelerated in today's digital, hybrid, remote way of working. So right within ClickUp, customizations are really a core foundation of what makes our platform so special. It's our secret sauce, and it's going to be your magic wand. And how do we enable teams to be more productive? The customizations really are built on a native platform within ClickUp, and we're laser focused on these 4 areas to enable you to be more productive. Firstly, we want to provide a tailored user experience by providing that flexibility so that whether it's a custom view, field, or report, it's tailored for the role that you have in the organization. Secondly, we've built a no-code platform so that we want to empower every single user, whether it's an individual managing your own work or an admin defining complex workflows to enable teams to go faster. Thirdly, we want you to be able to work the way you work and empower every business team to configure that workflow. And fourthly, we know that you're going to change. Your business will change, and we want to adapt, grow, and scale with you. And we built a platform that's designed to scale with those changes. So today we're going to talk and show you a few examples of how different teams from our customer base are taking full advantage of the platform to manage different types of work. First, we'll walk through how marketing teams can easily plan, manage, and bring creative content to life in marketing, creating successful campaigns and content strategies. Then we'll talk about a sales use case and how you can manage your full sales lifecycle from lead to opportunity to managing the execution of work and collaborating with clients. Thirdly, Shailesh is going to talk about how engineering teams can really bring product to life at the speed of DevOps and delivering work faster with sprints and ceremony management. And then finally, we'll talk about how we can empower PMOs in any type of use case or organization to let ClickUp do the work and the juggling of their tasks and really optimize project intake and approvals, resource utilization, and making sure that people are working on the work that they need to in priority. All right, so first let's talk about marketing. All right, marketing and creative teams, they're visual folks, and they want to be able to see work the way that they can see at a glance what's going on. They might be looking at campaigns, events, social media, or creative content that you're designing. Your team can really tailor the view that makes it easy for them to manage their work. The calendar view is a great way for you to see not only what's happened in the past, but what's upcoming. And that way you can really stay on top of your work ahead. And the goal is to make your teams more productive so that they're delivering work faster than they've ever done before. Here's an example of a campaign calendar where you can see the bar representing the duration, and the color coding is tailored for the different types of campaigns. You might also want to add extra fields of information and really customize that view to really show the things that make sense for you, whether it might be the campaign type, the owner, the phase, or maybe the vendor that you're collaborating with. And with the ability to share views with ClickUp, you might want to share that calendar view with that creative agency that you're working with and filter that view for just those events that make sense. Alternatively, you might want to slice the data a little bit differently. And using saved views, you really can customize those views to show the content that makes sense. For example, you might just show those running campaigns, those that are under review, or any other custom field you might want to filter the events. Click. All right. Instead of having the calendar view durations, you might want to show dates. As we know in creative, there's many dates that you might be tracking, not just start and due dates, but things like go live dates, review dates, other launch dates that are relevant. And by creating customized views with those calendar events being shown, you'll be able to really tailor the user experience so that people are more productive. Now, the calendar view gives you the bird's eye view, but the board view is a great way to actually manage the progression of work. I love the board view because it allows you to see in swim lanes where it is and what state that work is, whether it's phases of work or, in this case, priorities of work. Easily drag and drop tasks between swim lanes so that you can progress that work or move it from one priority to another. And so whether your users like seeing things visually in a board or in a calendar, across the top, you see different ways that you might want to tailor that user experience so that your team members are more productive and they're able to manage the work that they want to. Notice that you could even create or comment on assets in that board view directly using our native proofing functionality. You can track comments and then create action items directly in that image or digital asset. Now, tasks are important to-dos, right? This is the work that you're actually doing. And you'll want to track those tasks from start to finish. And using custom statuses, you have the power to really tailor that entire workflow so that your team is always going to be aligned. And no one's going to be asking the question of, what's going on with this task? They clearly show you where you are in that life cycle. And you can organize assigned comments, action items, and might even create checklists of standard things that you want to happen on that task. So that way you don't lose track of anything. You might also want to embed other tools. For example, if you're creating Figma assets, videos with YouTube, Vimeo, or Loom, you can embed those directly in that task. So you're not have to context switching, and you can stay focused on executing that work. As you saw before, docs is a key area of focus, and the value of docs in productivity is that marketing teams can get their actual creative content done within ClickUp itself. So whether it's an internal guide, a press release that you're drafting, a video script, or even an example here as a campaign brief, you may want to customize those doc templates to enable your teams to be more productive so that they know what it is that they need to do. And as that template gets filled out, you'll be able to really collaborate together. As Dean showed, being able to reference other linked relationships, such as other guides, either internal or external, really provide your team that productivity place where you can get all the work done. It drives consistency when you have a template in the output because everyone's doing it the same way and you know what it is that needs to be done. And it eliminates rework and questions because everything's right in that central place. Dashboards are important because it really helps you align your team members by providing real-time information. And again, it's tailored to the role that you have. That way you have live analytics with KPIs, and you can really configure each dashboard widget to be filtered for the role that you have in the team, in the organization, or the type of content that you're looking at. So in this case, you could be a social media manager, and you're looking at content by status, by channel, and campaign. Or you could be a marketing manager that's a little bit more task-oriented and using a dashboard on a daily basis to track which tasks are priorities, who's overloaded that I might need to help out, and it really helps you prioritize your work and be more productive. So that was an example of how marketing teams are using ClickUp. Let's take a quick look at how sales teams are using ClickUp. So a lot of our customers are using ClickUp to manage the entire sales lifecycle and be their CRM, allowing you to track the entire lead to opportunity to contract and even delivery and collaborate with clients. Using custom fields and flexible grouping, you really can manage that entire lifecycle. So in this case, you see an example of managing leads, tracking custom fields for lead source, contact information, key meeting dates upcoming, and it's all going to be used throughout that life cycle. And as you see, we'll create an opportunity from that. So that on the opportunity itself, you'll notice custom fields that are relevant for that. You know, who's the sales manager assigned? What industry? These are metrics or data points that we're going to use later when we look at KPIs. So how did that lead come in? Using custom forms, you can really tailor that entire workflow. And with automation, we're going to automatically route where that work goes. So in this case, we have a custom form for leads to be captured. And you can use attributes such as the product, maybe the region, the size of the potential customer that's coming in, so we can route that appropriately. When that lead comes in, automatically you'll see that it's unassigned, but we can use workflow rules to automatically route the assignment. So in this case, we can easily define workflow rules. Again, no code, simple definition here, where you can see that when the lead status changes, you might want to assign it to the appropriate sales representative. Or when the stage of the opportunity changes, we're going to create a customer, because now this is an account that we want to start tracking and collaborating with as a sales team. And so in the result, what you end up is all of your sales information in ClickUp. And using our hierarchy, we give you flexibility to manage how you're tracking all of that data. Notice on the left-hand side, you've got accounts, leads, contacts, opportunities, and maybe even later billing information related to that client. So your full customer hierarchy is all embedded in ClickUp, and you have full flexibility in how you want to configure that and the data in each one of those lists. Notice also on the left, you also have the ability to create and manage internal processes. For example, sales operations. How are we onboarding and enabling sales teams? How are we tracking on projects that the sales team is managing? And maybe even just tracking admin things like meetings and meeting minutes and action items, one-on-ones. All of that can be managed in ClickUp, and we give you that flexibility to tailor that workspace so you have the information that makes sense for the teams. You might even want to customize or clone this workspace for different product lines, different regions, different sales teams, and again, enable other teams to be more productive faster within ClickUp. Not only are you going to be tracking the lead and the opportunity during the sales cycle, but as you start delivering work, one of the key features that customers love taking advantage of is collaborating externally or collaborating with the rest of the project team, in this case, the client. So as you're delivering work to your client, you're going to want to know and share information to provide that transparency, ensure that you're providing the best customer and client experience. So using personalization or customization, you can create a view of the information you want to show. For example, you might want to share with them a roadmap or a timeline of how you're delivering on those projects and filter it for just those things that make sense. Obviously, you're not sharing everything with the client, but you want to share key milestones, phases, or status, right? Define what it is that you want to share and share that information. Alternatively, you can also create a dashboard where you can be more engaging with the client and interact with them. As sales managers, you might want to customize dashboards to see what it is that you're using to manage the business. You might want to track key metrics to help you make better decisions. Which customer types, which industries are we most successful? Which opportunities are in the pipeline that need help for me as a sales manager to go follow up with my sales team? What is my pipeline for the future? You can define standard dashboards that every sales manager is using across the organization so that you're all being measured the same way, but individual sellers can go out and tailor their own dashboards the way they want to as well. It's all about empowering your users to tailor their work experience the best way that they want to manage their work, because ultimately it's their own business that they have to be accountable for, and we want to make people more productive in that process. All right, next. All right, and not only can you do that, hang on, next. As we talked about with Docs, with the marketing team, you want to standardize processes and enable people to know what it is that they need to do faster. We love doc templates because it really provides you a quick way to know what it is that you enter on any new sales opportunity. So whether it's discovery notes, meeting minutes, account plans, draft statements of work, docs can really be the foundation for all of that content that you're creating throughout the life cycle. And you have everybody that's involved on the same page and aligned because it's all within that doc. They really provide guide rails for your junior sellers and ensures consistency of how you're capturing data and you're following the methodology that your organization wants to do. Ultimately, it'll help you win more. But it's not only account data that you might want to capture, But like Dean and Brian talked about earlier, it's about knowledge repository. ClickUp can really be the knowledge base for your entire sales team so that you can track sales onboarding, enable and embed tasks as part of that template. And really, the goal is to eliminate meetings, especially in today's virtual world, everybody having access in one place. The whole goal is to make folks more productive across the sales team, because time is money, and we want to get them out there selling as opposed to looking for information. So those are two examples. Now Shailesh is going to talk about how engineering teams are customizing ClickUp for managing their work better.
Thank you, Angela. Now that we have seen sales and marketing, let's take a look at how engineering and product teams can customize ClickUp for the sprint planning and execution. Let's start with sprint planning. And I'm going to walk you through how ClickUp can help you accomplish your sprint planning activities with ease. Here's a view of the product backlog. ClickUp can be customized to show you the product backlog with the right assignees, the right priorities, and the right sprints in the same view. And then the tree view on the left gives the Scrum Masters an ability to look at the epics and drill down in the stories in the same experience. During the sprint planning meeting, the Scrum Master can select multiple tasks and assign them to the current sprint or the next sprint very, very easily in the same platform and the same experience. ClickUp provides a variety of Click apps using which teams can manage their work. For example, dependency warning. Once you add dependency warning to your application, ClickUp will warn you when a task is closed out without all its dependencies closed out. And this is great for engineering teams that work on complex epics that spans multiple teams. And who does not have that? Now that we have looked at sprint planning, and let's take a look at other ceremonies like daily stand-ups that ClickUp platform helps you accomplish very, very easily. Now, we provide very flexible views like this one to facilitate a consistent ceremony practice. And here's an example of how you can easily toggle through different assignees in a board view. Let me tell you a little bit about board views. It's my favorite one. Board views are great to build your own agile workflow. You can group your boards the way you see, the way you can view and visualize your process in the same view, and easily drag and drop updates. Now, here in this board view, the Scrum Masters can easily select the assignee, and the board view automatically filters the tasks right to the same assignee. And then the Scrum Master can either drag and drop them through different statuses or talk about progress, blockers, and go through all the assignees very quickly in a stand-up. That is the power of ClickUp. That is not all. ClickUp also provides rich document capabilities. Teams can track various different artifacts using our latest release of Docs 3.0. You can capture story requirements right in the context of the work to be done, and track your sprint retrospectives and other ceremonies in the same solution. And you can even share release notes publicly on our ClickUp platform. The flexibility of Docs 3.0 provides teams a powerful capability without leaving the ClickUp platform. Now that the teams have gone through sprint ceremonies, the stand-ups, are sharing retrospectives internally, are sharing release notes publicly, how can ClickUp help teams get better? We provide custom dashboard that users can track their burn down and burn up using our dashboards and understand their sprints, understand the blockers, and help get better. And not just that, you can pull data from other sources like Git into our dashboards to get a very holistic view of your sprint progress. This will enable your teams to continue to get better. And this is just one example of how engineering teams can customize ClickUp to run their sprints. The many different ways ClickUp can be customized to run your sprint ceremonies and other ceremonies using ClickUp's platform. And this helps me and my dev teams here at ClickUp run our processes better. Now let's take a look at how teams can run end-to-end project lifecycle with ClickUp. Some of the common challenges in a very standard project lifecycle is the first is gathering and prioritizing intake, balancing work amongst your various resources based on the kind of the work, the skills you have in the resources, and understanding your progress at a higher level. ClickUp offers customization options, which helps you solve all these challenges with ease. Let's dive in. The first part of the project management is having an easy way to consistently engage with the project team so that nothing drops through the cracks. And to enable this, ClickUp provides a customized request form for everyone. You can even automate the start of the process to reduce lost time using our automation capabilities. And then have a customized view to view all of your work demand across your organization on the same view. And this automated way of intake and then the customized view makes sure that nothing drops through the cracks and things are appropriately the requirements are appropriately input in our systems. And the second problem that the PMO team faces is around prioritization. There's always a lot to be done in a growing organization. And with ClickUp, you can prioritize your work smartly based on your business goals. We provide customized views to prioritize these requests based on all of your other work that you have based on your own business goals. And then you can define business rules to automate your prioritization to using our automation framework like this one. And to get you started, we have many pre-configured automation options that gets you started in a jiffy. And this helps the organization to prioritize their work based on their business goals. Let's move to resource management now, the most crucial part of any project. We provide flexible ways on how you can allocate work and measure utilization of the teams. In this view, you can see how you can plan your resources in ClickUp with just a few clicks so that no work ever falls through the cracks and everyone's load is balanced. Let's go back one more slide. All right, and so that everyone's load is balanced. And then you can have a more granular view of you can get to as granular view as you want, even down to the daily estimates. And then you can color code based on the custom fields, such as work types, so that you can prioritize and allocate work based on the work type that aligns with the right resources. You'll always have resources with different skills, and you have to understand the work based on their requirements. And aligning them is great using ClickUp platform. This helps balance load across your resources and measure utilization and remove bottlenecks. Now, every project has its own challenges. No project goes very, very green. So there'll always be areas where the operations leader will need to inject themselves to remove bottlenecks, reduce friction, and ensure progress. And ClickUp helps facilitate this by providing options to help manage by exceptions. In ClickUp, we provide customized views that the operations leader can get a bird's eye view of the portfolio progress and choose to inject themselves wherever needed. Here's another example of the bird's eye view the operations leader can get to get a very good understanding of the frictions, ensure progress. And we provide many other customizable views to get a better understanding of the portfolio progress. Understanding the portfolio progress along with your other priorities helps the operation leader decide where they want to inject themselves and remove bottlenecks. Very, very critical to make sure that the project is successful. Now, we only showed you a glimpse of what is possible in ClickUp for effective project management. There is so much more ClickUp has to offer in how you can manage effectively and appropriately for end-to-end project lifecycle. The many different views and customizations that ClickUp provides for you to manage your project of any complexity. Now that Angela and I showed you 4 different types of use cases using ClickUp's platform. We went from sales to marketing to engineering and product teams to an end-to-end project lifecycle. You can use our platform many other different types of use cases based on whichever methodology you're working on. We showed hierarchies, custom fields, custom calculations, custom views, docs, automations, dashboards, emails, templates, click apps, and so much more that the ClickUp platform has to provide to help you achieve your business goals. And with ClickUp platform, individuals are working on the right things. They're not struggling with archaic systems. Managers always know what's going on and are effectively tailoring the process. An executive team has a very good idea of the overall progress, and they can meet their goals faster. This is how everyone wins with ClickUp. And this is the power of customization inside ClickUp platform to help you achieve your business goals. And with that, thank you for attending our session about how ClickUp platform can be customized.
Hopefully, it gave you a good idea of the different use cases. But please do attend the different tracks that happen this afternoon and then virtual booths. If you have any questions, you want to get one-on-one time, go talk to a coach, and we can help you get powered up quickly with ClickUp and customizations. Thanks for attending.